Ride-sharing, or carpooling as I've always known it, seems like a good idea. It's good for the environment and it saves money. But it doesn't always work as well as it should. That's according to John Elbing, a Geneva resident who launched a new and improved carpooling company called Green Monkeys back in September. Traditionally, people who carpool set up a classifieds ad saying they want to go from A to B and that they're looking for people who are interested in driving the same route, and that's where the service ends. It helps you find a perfect carpool partner who you'll ride with morning and night 5 days a week. I asked John Elbing what Green Monkeys does differently.
The first problem we tried to solve is flexibility. People don't want to be stuck ride-sharing 5 days a week, every week of the year. They want to be a little bit more flexible. 1 week they'll ride share 3 days, the next week 4, and their schedule will change and different hours, and they'll want to change their mind. So we set up a system where you set up your schedule. You plan ride sharing any day you want, different hours every week. It's not a generic ad saying I go from A to B. It's I need a ride Monday morning at 8 and evening at 6, and then I won't ride share Tuesday, and then Wednesday it's a different hour. And then what Green Monkeys does is it takes all these requests, mixes them all together, and puts people together for each ride to satisfy the most people possible. So you could end up ride-sharing in the morning with someone and coming back with someone else.
So Green Monkeys gives you flexibility. It's true, schedules change, things do come up or get cancelled. If something does come up, say your driver has to cancel because one of his kids gets sick, then traditionally that would be it. You're then stuck at home with no ride and no way of getting to work, or stuck at work with no way to get home. Green Monkeys will immediately put your name through their system to try and find you a different driver, and if they can't, they'll send you and pay for a cab to get you to your destination. One of the other awkward or difficult aspects of carpooling is sharing the costs. There's no easy way of asking for money, and drivers aren't ever sure if their passengers are paying enough and vice versa. Green Monkeys have their own solution for that.
Each of our users has an online account, and there's a fixed price per kilometer, and after each trip, a little bit of money is transferred from the account of the passenger to the account of the driver, which means that you can drive, you can ride, you can be a passenger or a driver, and you know that it'll always be fair, and you don't have to negotiate. You can just get into the car and have a conversation instead of wondering if you're being fair. And we get a little commission on that transaction. It's sort of like eBay, where there's a contract between users, and then we get a little slice off that.
Green Monkeys also offers safety, as they know who's with who at what time and where, so it's not like hitchhiking where you don't know who you're riding with. I once hitchhiked, waited an hour, saw how drunk the driver was, and decided the long walk from Divan to Gex was probably a more sensible option. The issue with a carpooling system like Green Monkeys is that you need a lot of people to make it work. So they've been going around the big companies and organizations like the Red Cross, Thomson Reuters or CERN and offering their services there, and more people are signing up. Last week, Green Monkeys launched their new apps to make it even easier for users to sort out their rides on the go. I asked John Elbing whether this might alienate some of the non-smartphone users.
We don't want to have something that's purely smartphone-based. There are a few solutions out there where you have to have a smartphone to use the service. And people want to ride share because a lot of it to save money. And so your average ride sharer isn't a high-tech person with a smartphone and all that. So it has to be something that's available to everyone. And so we're building we do things by telephone and SMS, and so that we can talk to any user.
Green Monkeys launched in September after a brief trial period over the summer. They plan to expand rapidly and already have a deal in Marseille in the south of France, and they're planning to move on to Nice, Aix-en-Provence and Monaco. If you're interested in carpooling with Green Monkeys, all you need to do is set up your free account at greenmonkeys.com.